Now I regret installing a texture mod because things are busted. Alright.
Alistair, what's this?
It's a sock?
It's a filthy sock. How did it find its way to my bedroll?
Maybe it likes you. Socks are sneaky like that. Anyway, it's not mine.
It has your name stitched on it.
Oh, part of Templar training back at the Chantry, the men were always getting their socks mixed up. Anyway, sorry about that. I'll take it from you right now. One of my socks is feeling a little damp anyway. A change would be nice.
You're going to put it on? It's filthy.
And dry. We're not exactly traveling in the lap of luxury here.
What hideous habits you've picked up.
Alistair, what are you doing with Wynn in a bedroll that involves socks? I'm actually surprised. I didn't expect socks to be a thing in medieval times. But I guess wearing straight up metal boots is probably uncomfortable. But there's like leather stuff on it. Hello, Heron.
Welcome, friends. Welcome to Wade's Emporium. We have the finest armors in Denerim, maybe in all of Ferelden. How may we assist you?
Well, let's see what you have for sale.
Certainly.
Seems like a whole lot of nothing. And there's Master Wade, who's crafting metals. Hello there, sir.
Haren, the bloody customers are bothering me again. What do I pay you for, anyhow?
Sorry. Wade is a genius. Truly, you will be astonished by his work. But he doesn't deal with customers. If you need anything, please ask me.
And tell him I don't want anyone looking over my shoulders either. I'm thinking, blast it all.
Truly sorry, sire.
Well, don't need to bother anyone. Nothing interesting in here. Alright. That's the dangers of installing mods. It breaks sometimes. And I've been pretty notorious with my games.
Tower is ever going to get back to what it was, Wynn?
I don't know. A great number of people died. It will be difficult to imagine rebuilding, with that cloud hanging over everything for many years to come.
Do you think you'll be there? To help rebuild, I mean, once this is all over with.
I cannot say. Even if I survive this blight, I am a very old woman, Alistair.
Why? Because of some grey hair? You are a formidable woman, Wynn. You could see that it happens.
I think you overestimate the number of years I have left. But perhaps you were right. Or perhaps the memories of what happened there will be too strong for me to face.
I have a hard time believing that.
Well, it's good to have someone that believes in me, so... Now, if I could only feel the same way myself, that would be something.
I was trying to pay attention to the conversation, but then I noticed my helmet is glitching as well, and then all the textures are glitching, and Right. There's a hooded courier there, but I don't really care about him. I do want to talk to this guy here. Hello there.
You here to report another crime? I swear we should just cordon off the entire district. Oh, can I help you, Warden?
Yeah, tell me more about these crimes things. How do you know who I am, actually?
Your likeness was passed around to the senior guardsman at the palace. I must say, the sketch didn't do you much justice.
Well, thank you.
Don't worry. Even if I believed the official story of what happened at Ostagar, I'm no fool.
Good.
If I asked my men to apprehend you, they'd all run and cry big sobby tears in their courtesans' bosoms and leave me all alone to be skewered. Don't disturb the peace in the market, and that's well enough for me.
So you're saying I'm a big scary monster that everyone's afraid of me? Oh, that's kind of interesting. Alright. Do you need any help, actually? I'm here to investigate the Chantry's Board quest thingy.
What? You're serious? I mean, yes, I could use help. I've got a pretty popular establishment that's crawling with mercenaries. If I send my boys in, someone might get, maker forbid, hurt, and I'll have to explain to their noble fathers that being a guard is actually dangerous.
Alright, interesting. That's good. Well, what do you need me to do then?
The name of the whorehouse is the Pearl. Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line and send them a message. I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, or exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Just leave them breathing and I'll be happy.
Okay, I'll try and do what I do.
Thank you, Warden. Happy hunting.
When he said whorehouse, took me off guard. I expected it to be like a pub or something, but whorehouse, sure. There is a quest here, but Chanter. I don't want to talk to Chanters. I don't deal with their kind. Gossips and that sort of stuff. There's a Grey Warden wanted poster. And a gate. The alienage. Right. Don't believe lies. Friends of the Grey Wardens assemble. Continue. The hidden pearl holds the key to resistance. The griffin will rise again. Okay. Pearl. Hidden pearl. Something, something. Okay. That's the alienage. I think it's closed off. I don't need to go there just now. But we are going to take a look at all the other places. Genitivi. Genitivi, that's the guy we need to look for. So we'll head there next, but I do want to go to the tavern first. More broken textures. I really need to do something about that. Maybe I should take off my texture mods and pretend this never happened.
This is where the nobility comes to get drunk and decide who is the most self-important of them all. Good times.
There is no fool like a drunken fool, so Mother once told me, and 'tis still true.
I wonder if they have a good plum wine.
But yeah, it's going to take me a little bit of time to disable everything, and I don't feel like spending that kind of time right now. As long as the other areas are not all broken like this, then I'll be happy. But so far, we've not been so good. Is this the place with all the mercenaries? It sure looks like it. Blackstone Liaison. I'll take a look around first before I do anything. Hello there, sir.
What can I get you, stranger?
Nothing, actually. Don't like any of the options he has to offer. Sophie's guards. Who's Sophie? Let's take a look. Maybe we're not supposed to be back here.
Speak often with Kaelin.
You're asking me if I have a relationship with my brother, aren't you?
Yes. I wonder what he thought of you.
I don't think he cared much about my existence. I didn't mean anything to him. Anyway, to answer your original question, no. We never spoke. Well, maybe once. Marek and Kaelin had come to Redcliffe to visit the Arl. I was very young then. We were introduced. I believe I said, "Greetings, Your Highness." He said, "Ooh, swords," and ran off to the armory. So, yes, that was the extent of our relationship. We drifted apart after that. Very sad.
So he's Kaelin's brother?
As you say.
Alright.
It shall be done.
Books with some XP. This is getting real crazy with these textures. I'm really sorry about that. It is really my fault for wanting to make the game look better, and instead this happens. And I'm pretty sure I installed it correctly. Oh, okay, that hopefully is...
Very well.
Doing a bit of exploration. There's another chest that that probably requires a key or something. And with poultice, like I said, I feel like I'm just wasting time. We should have went to Genitivi. Oh god, the black. The black is making it impossible to navigate. Right, so these are the mercenaries. So maybe I should talk to them. Hello.
I'm a Crimson Ore. Which way you looking, or we'll rip your damned eyes out and piss in your skull. Another round for me men.
Okay, fine. I'm going to talk to this Blackstone liaison. Hello.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
Hello. I'm gonna go.
I understand. If you change your mind, come to any Blackstone Irregulars post and check for letters addressed to you.
Oh, with Blackstones. That's the quests, aren't they?
It has begun.
Yes. Restocking the guild. I said no because I feel like I shouldn't be picking up quests and doing all these random side things. We're on a mission. We're trying to find the Urn of Sacred Ashes and stuff, not doing all these side things. Well, we could take this quest. It asks us to give him 20 health poultices, which we can do that. And it's just a bunch of, like, side quests. I feel like I can't be asked to do them. It's just a bunch of, like, random business and fetch quests. Not only do I not want to go, geez, now the ground's gone. Okay, something's really, really wrong. I'll say this right before I cut the recording and try to figure out how to fix this. But I do want to say, yeah, like, not only do I not want to do them, but I feel like I would be wasting your time if I did them, and also as our character in our mission, I feel like it's kind of beyond us at this point. So I'll be right back and try and figure out how to fix this texture junk. Alright, well, I took a shotgun approach to fixing the problem, which is basically removing that high texture mod, and now the ground and stuff looks slightly worse, a little bit blurry. But at least it works now, so that's probably the most important part, is function and stability. But that's a whole like talk about mods, which might take me a while to get through all the points, so I'll try and be brief. And I love modding, I really do. It's fantastic. I love that people can create content for games and that you can use it and tweak your game in specific ways that suit your needs, like Morgan's face and that sort of stuff. Also things like, oh, maybe respeccing for your characters, right? That could be interesting, but at this point I feel like I don't really need respeccing, which is why I never actually took that respeccing mod. But at the same time, you have to think that like the developers of the game have already thought about all of the different design decisions, and there's a reason why respeccing is not in the game, that sort of stuff. And so sometimes, right, you want to honor the work and effort that the designers and the creators of the game have put into it by using the default experience. But after you've played the default experience, I like to go into mods. Sometimes I even like to go into mods before I even play the game, because I already know what the game is about, that sort of stuff. Like Fallout New Vegas, I'm probably going to mod Fallout New Vegas quite heavily. Even though I never played Fallout New Vegas, but I played Fallout 3, which is practically the same game in terms of mechanics. And so to keep it fresh and keep it interesting, I'm going to add mods to it. And so that's kind of the same thing I did here, where to keep the game, well, I kept the combat experience the same, because I don't remember it too well, but I wanted to make it look as good as possible, and that sort of things with the textures and Morgan's face, and keep things close to lore as possible. Because to me that's important. Lore is important, and because this game right now is on a PC, I like to be able to use what the PC offers, which is its power and able to use better textures. Except what happened is the game had a memory leak with the higher textures, which shouldn't exactly happen apparently, but it did, so whatever. And now I'm wasting time talking about technicalities with modding and textures and stuff. Let's keep going. Right. We need to find Genitivi, so let's go to his house.
Shall be done.
And the thing about low textures, it's like whatever. It actually looks fine now. I'll get used to it. Sure, it's a bit jarring when you do a little bit comparison between high-res textures and low-res textures. These aren't too low-res, they're fine, I guess. But when you've used way higher textures, it can take a little bit of time to get used to. It's really that closet that's really bothering me. The floor looks fine. Anyways, I'm being really nitpicky. Hello. Waylon? Waylon? You're a guy from Star Trek. Hello.
Yes. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for Genitivi. I'm looking for Brother Genitivi.
Brother Genitivi? Why?
This guy looks like some sort of rogue or something, so I don't exactly want to reveal to him why. I would like to speak to him about his research.
His research? Ah, you mean his search for Andraste's ashes? He
Yes.
was on the trail of the Urn of Sacred Ashes, yes. Whether he found it, the Maker only knows. I haven't seen Brother Genitivi in weeks. He sent no word. It's so unlike him. I'm afraid something has happened. Genitivi's research into the urn may have led him into danger.
Oh, please do explain. What do you think he's discovered?
I don't know. He was very excited when he left and said he would be back with all the answers. Perhaps the urn has been lost for a reason. I pray for Genitivi's safety, but hope dwindles with each passing day. I tried to send help, but some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genitivi, and they too have disappeared.
Huh, alright. If Genitivi was close to finding the urn, I should probably help him. If I can find him, that is.
Now, don't ask me where they went. You'll go after them. And what if ill luck should befall you too? This search is a curse on all of us. Some things are not meant to be found. I know that now.
But I'm willing to risk it. I need this urn.
So be it. All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn near Lake Calenhard, investigating something in that area.
Lake Calenhard? Isn't that the lake that is on Redcliffe? That Redcliffe is on and the Mage's Tower is on? Do you know what he was investigating?
I don't know. All I discovered from going through his research was that he was staying at the inn.
Alright. Because that option is there, I want to take it just to press more information, but at the same time it's not exactly something I would say. But I'm gonna go with it.
Yes, of course he told me, but I also went through his things to see if I could find other clues to his whereabouts.
Okay. He does sound nervous. You sound nervous. Are you hiding something?
That's not true. I told you everything I know. Brother Genitivi told me about the inn, and that's all.
Who's us?
Us? I mean me. There is no us. Bah! Why do I keep up this charade? I gave you a chance to turn aside and forget you ever heard of Genitivi and the urn, but you persisted. Now it has come to this. Andraste, forgive me, I do this in your name.
Okay. I knew there was something odd about him. Not exactly sure what it was. I don't know if we'll ever know, but right now he's attacking us. So, dear friend, how about a bit of paralysis? So let's see if we can flank him. He kind of got trashed. Let's see what he's got on him. Health poultice, cultist, ooh, a cultist mage. Interesting. And an apostate. Isn't an apostate someone who left the tower? Let's see. Those clothes seem quite good. But first, we're gonna take a look at that staff. See, let's check what Wynn has. She still has her injury. It has more damage on it, but it has less magic and less spell power. But I don't know if the spell power is counted into the staff. If you look at Wynn's staff right now, the Enchanter's staff, it says it has 1 spell power, but +4. And this one has +1 spell power, but 7 base. Okay, so it's like a base. Less magic, but more spell power. I don't know what the spell power means. It's probably the potency of the spell that she casts. I'm going to leave that staff on Morgan. I'm probably going to give the cultist staff to Wynn because it seems to be better. And then this apostate clothing, which has a lot more stuff on it. So I'm probably just going to give it to her. Yep. There you go. Oh, cool. She changes her clothes. I don't think Morgan's clothes ever change if you give her something new. Alright, apparently his research is probably in the house. Or I hope it is. Maybe we can find it. There's a book. Dragon's Cult. Ooh, I do want to read this. Dragon's Cults. Let us suggest for a moment that the High Dragon is simply an animal. A cunning animal, to be sure, but in possession of no true self-awareness or sentience. There has not, after all, been a single record case of a dragon attempting to communicate or perform any act that could not likewise be attributed to a clever beast. How, then, does one explain the existence of the so-called dragon cults throughout history? One dragon cult might be explainable, especially in light of the reverence of the old gods in the ancient Tevinter Imperium. In the wake of the First Blight, many desperate imperial citizens turned to the worship of real dragons to replace the old gods who had failed them. A dragon, after all, was a god figure that they would see. It was there, as real as the archdemon itself, and as evidence makes it clear, did offer a degree of protection to its cultists. Other dragon cults would be explained in light of the first. Some cult members might have survived and spread the word. The worship of the old gods was as widespread as the Imperium itself. Certainly such secrets could not have made their way into so many hands, but there have been reports of dragon cults even in the places where the Imperium never touched, among folks who have never heard of the old gods or had any reason to. How does one then explain them? Members of a dragon cult live in the same lair as a high dragon, nurturing and protecting its defenseless young. In exchange, the high dragon seems to permit those cultists to kill a small number of those young in order to feast on draconic blood. That blood is said to have a number of strange long-term effects, including bestowing great strength and endurance, as well as increasing desire to kill. It may breed insanity as well, Neveron dragon hunters have said that these cultists are incredibly powerful opponents. The changes in the cultists are a form of blood magic, surely, but how did the symbiotic relationship between the cult and the High Dragon form in the first place? How did the cultists know to drink the dragon's blood? How did the High Dragon convince them to take care of its young, or know that they would? Is there more to draconic intelligence than we have heretofore guessed at? Heretofore, I've never seen that word before. I don't really know what it means or how to say it properly. It's a very strange word. I guess there's a lot of fancy words in this fantasy game, but that's to be expected. No member of a dragon cult has ever been taken alive, and what accounts exist from the days of the Navarro hunters records only mad rants and possible tales of godhood, with dragons only recently reappearing. It's still incredibly rare. We may never know the truth, but the question remains. So I know that there is a dragon where the Urn of Sacred Ashes is, but I did completely forget about the dragon cult thing. That should be pretty interesting, though. It looks like they ransacked this place and took his research, but there is a chest here. Cultist dagger, cultist mage robe, mage scholar's robes, symbol of Andraste, and Genitivi's research. Amidst ramblings about local legends and ancient trade routes, one passage stands out. The village of Haven in the Frostbacks seems a good place to start. Pity it is not on any maps. So now we have to find the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Now there's one thing I do want to point out about side quests. They give us XP to level up. However, in this game that's probably not very important, because the enemies level up with you, so it doesn't really matter that much. And I feel like a lot of these side quests are very uninteresting and boring and really above us in terms of characters.
Hey, the wonders of things. Arleman once bought me a miniature golem doll here, when I was young. Really young.
Should I even try to imagine what the owner of such a store might consider a wonder?
Okay, I was saying yes. I feel like a lot of the side quests are far too simple, and we have much more interesting and better things to do at the moment. Very much more important, indeed. Let's head into this shop, because Alistair seems to be fond of it, or something. Could be funny. Oh, it's pretty cool looking, though. Hello, sir. Seth the Apprentice. Oh.
My shirt has a hole in it.
I see. And?
Can you mend it when we get back to camp?
Can't you mend your own clothes? Why do I have to do it?
Sometimes I pick up too much fabric and it ends up all puckered and the entire garment hangs wrong afterward. And you're, you know, grandmotherly. Grandmothers do that sort of thing, don't they? Darning socks and whatnot. You don't want me to have to fight Darkspawn in a shirt with a hole, do you? It might get bigger. I might catch cold.
Oh, all right. I'll mend your shirt the next time we set up camp.
Oh, and while you're at it, the elbows kind of need patching too.
Careful, young man. Well, puckered garments may be the least of your problems.
I think I was right about saying she's a very motherly figure. I think Alistair's taking it a bit too seriously. Where he's he's taking into its tranquil proprietor. Hello, sir.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. We carry items crafted by the Circle, as well as a variety of antiquities. Is there anything you would like to see?
Sure. Let's see what you've got. Sells health poultice. Oh, right. I should buy health poultices, but right, some daggers and stuff. He doesn't want that stuff. Some pretty nice staffs, but we have pretty good. Oh, okay. That's a really nice vestments. A lot of these things are pretty nice. But I feel bad wasting money on certain equipment because increases experience from Codex? What? Oh, when you wear it and you, like, activate a Codex entry, it gives you more XP. That's funny. That is a really nice ring. Tons of resistances. I should probably buy that. Yeah, let's do it. And potions. Should I buy potions? Probably should, shouldn't I? And I mean, like, this is the thing I was going to say about the money and the items. I feel like, sure, we can buy really good items, but we also get good items from doing adventuring and questing and that sort of stuff. Like that Blood Dragon armor cost a lot of money, so I don't know if we really want to collect the whole thing. Instead, buy potions, which will help us to stay alive more. So maybe I should do that. Let's just buy potions. Spend some money on it. They're not that expensive either. Maybe we should just buy everything. Yeah, I'm gonna buy all the potions. Stock up for once and then not have to worry about them ever again. Well, I say that, but probably we will. So I'm just gonna buy all the potions. Well, I just spent like 40 gold on potions. That's probably a waste. But, oh well.
Where do you think they get all this stuff? You think they, have any miniature golem dolls?
Jade, carved and polished into the shape of a large... Oh, I see. Well, that's just rude.
'Tis all junk, just as I... Is that an authentic chastened tribal fertility carving?
Looks like they're all finding things that they enjoy. And the one with Will? Did she just find a jade dildo? Well, the woman has to amuse herself somehow. There's also a... let's talk to Seth, sure.
Yes, make it quick.
I have a note here from your master.
Strange. Let's see this. I knew it. I gave that man the best 7 weeks of my life. Well, I guess he won't have me to push around anymore. Ha!
I thought he was going to say the best 7 weeks of his life, and then things would have turned to somewhat more of a naughty term. But then again, perhaps that's just my mind wandering when Wynn talks about jade dildos. I should probably put a warning in front of all these videos that there are mature subjects, as well as demon tits for some reason, as you've seen multiple times during this playthrough. I hope it's alright. Mysterious door. Sure, let's knock on the mysterious door. Hello. The door opens a crack in response to your knock. There's a light breeze, like a change in pressure. Present the small painted box. A large shadow nods. A pouch of coins appears in exchange. Continue. The door closes. Continue. 3 gold. And Alistair leveled up. Now, Alistair's gotten a skill point. Now, previously I said that maybe I should put those into combat tactics, because it gives him a tactic slot, but it might also give him better things, more interesting things. But survival seems to be also very important, but it needs cunning for both of those. It needs cunning for both of those, so I'm just going to put some points into cunning. I'm going to give him a tactic slot. And then this is where it gets kind of interesting, because now that he's level 12, I believe. Yeah, level 12, he can take Mental Fortress, which makes him even more tankier when it comes to magic attacks, which is probably really important. He can also take Death Blows, which is really nice, because then he can regenerate his stamina. And he can also take Shield Wall, which will replace Shield Defense. But I think we're going to go with Mental Fortress at the moment. Oh, he gets Holy Smite at level 15. Now we can return the pain, yes! And I forgot what a Templar does, and he seems to drain mana against spellcasters, so I'll try and keep that in mind and put him on spellcasters next time. Now, looking at those skills, it does remind me that we bought a ring. The Ring of Ages, and I'm going to replace it with the ice bands. And Alistair doesn't have any rings, so I should give him the ice bands as well. There we go. And let's go into the warehouse now. Alright. Just looks like a big old mess. Some vendor trash.
Very well.
More vendor stuff. Oops. I think there's a book here, yep. Can't click on it. I'm trying to be more aware of books because they give us a little bit of XP. Okay, that's just a warehouse. Nothing too special about it. Time to leave. Time to leave and then I find a shiny. Alright, leaving. That's the thing, I feel like wandering around and looking around for stuff, even though we have a mission and we know what we're supposed to do, I feel like I'm wasting time doing that. But at the same time, I'm doing that for exploration and completionist sake, kind of discovering the world and that sort of stuff. But I know that we're on a mission. You said there's a whorehouse somewhere. Let's see if we can go into the alienage.
Message for you, my lord.
Hello, sir. Thank you. Good? Yeah?
More things to deliver. Goodbye.
Item received. Anonymous letter. A cryptic letter from the Antivan Crows that directs you to a back room of the Noble Tavern, which is where we are. New quest, Trial of the Crows. I do want to check out this thing first. Hello, sir.
By order of the new Earl of Denerim, no one is to enter the alienage.
And why is that? Arl Howe wants to keep people out, does he?
There's been an elven uprising. Knife ears even have the gall to attack the Earl's only son. Killed him in cold blood. With the whole Urian family dead, the regent appointed Rendon Howe of Amaranthine the new Earl of Denerim. First thing he did was lead a purge of the alienage. It's a mess in there. When things are put back in order, the gates will be reopened. Now on your way.
Arl Howe, isn't that the guy who killed our family? I'm really getting confused with all the different people. But we are directed into a back room of the Noble Tavern, so let's check it out. Once again, running errands and side quests and that sort of stuff, probably wasting time. Because right now, oh geez. I just looked straight up, and there's a giant spider on my wall. That is... Whew, I'll be right back. Gotta take care of a spider.